Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for watching my video today, where we're going to talk about exploring leadership and use a model of leadership with a visual. My name is Faith Hohman. I work in the financial industry as a service delivery specialist, which basically means that I help facilitate training and development for my organization. So I am hopeful that this conversation that we are having throughout this class in leadership will help me in my job just further have these development and leadership conversations throughout my organization. So the visual that I have chosen to compare leadership to throughout this presentation is a bridge. I toyed around with a couple of different images. I think that there's so many different directions you could go with looking at these different competencies of leadership. But I think that for me, I look at leadership as a journey. So we are starting somewhere and we are ending up somewhere else. And that is what a bridge is about. A bridge gets you somewhere that you would not have been able to go if the bridge was not there. The bridge makes crossings more accessible to everyone. And I think that that is what I want to focus on when we're talking about leadership. Leaders, the bridge in this example represents the leader. So this leader is going to help you get from where you are right now to a different place. Where are we now and where are we going? Okay, so this is really the meat of the visual. I have the 6 different competencies of leadership kind of spread out here, and I'm just going to walk through each of them and kind of just discuss, how does vision relate to my overall bridge example? How does purpose relate? And how do these items relate to each other? Like I said, I want my conversation about leadership today to focus on, we are starting on one side of this problem and we are moving to the other. So how do we get from where we are to where we are going? So vision is this overall encompassing compass. So Gil, the author of our text, describes vision as the compass for an organization. So when we think about the bridge, we think about where does this bridge take us? So big picture here. Moving on to purpose, why does the bridge even matter? So beyond this practical in the weeds work of vision, purpose pulls us back and takes us a step back and asks us, what are we even doing with this bridge? What is this bridge going to do for our organization? What are these leadership decisions? What do they mean in the long run? What's the end game? Okay, so then if we transition to values, so vision tells us what this bridge is doing. The vision tells us where our company is headed. Purpose tells us the why. Beyond what we're doing, why are we doing it? Values are the who in our bridge example. Values are the who in our organization. Who benefits from this bridge? When you think about your organization, I think of values as, this is the morality behind it. So what are we putting our stock in? Are we being truthful? Are we trustworthy? Are we building this bridge for profit, or are we building this bridge so that more people can access an area of town that they wouldn't have been able to access before? So then we're going to transition to strategy here. I think there's 2 ways to look at strategy in this bridge example. First is the building of the bridge. How do we build it? What is the right way to build the bridge in this example? Once it's built, then, how do we use it? Do we charge a toll? Does everybody get to use it? These are some of those questions that you have to figure out with strategy. So when we're thinking about strategy in relation to vision and purpose, strategy is the how we get to this vision and purpose. So if our overall vision is to make one part of town more accessible for folks that don't have cars, strategy is going to be maybe we don't charge a toll. If we're trying to make that part of town more accessible, then we don't want to charge money. Transitioning to empowerment here, this is where we look at the people who are using our bridge. So this is going to be the employees in your organization. So how do we empower the people that are using the bridge to be a part of the decision-making process? Who is in the conversation that is being had about this bridge? What are the designers of the bridge missing? What is that committee who was charged with making that part of town more accessible not seeing and not understanding? And finally, this engagement piece, this is where, all of these previous 5 competencies have really come to fruition. And now not only are the people on the committee who have decided where this bridge is going to end up, not only are they involved in the conversation, but so is the entire community. All of the people who are using this bridge, because they are empowered, are now going to be able to look at other parts of town and say, hey, we need a bridge over here. Hey, these guys need better sidewalks. And so now it's going to be a community-wide event rather than just this is one bridge and we didn't think anything about it. Now that I have spent a little bit of time going through each of these competencies of leadership and kind of discussing how those work with my overall theme, I do just want to mention a couple things about followers. When I think about followers in relation to this example, followers, these are the people who are directly impacted by the bridge. So these are the people who own the land surrounding the bridge. These are the people who are using this bridge to get to work every day. And I want to just mention this, that bridges are just a tool. So leadership is just a tool. Leadership is just a way to encourage, behaviors and growth. Without followers, without those folks that are using this bridge, it doesn't matter. Without followers, leaders are only speaking into a void. Finally, I cannot let my bridge example go without talking about broken bridges. So many of us are in this class because we are interested in development. We are interested in growth. We want to make ourselves better leaders and we want to make our organizations better. When we think about bridges, bridges fail, I think, for 2 main ways. One, they fail because they go unused. This is the bridge that was replaced by a highway. No one ever uses it anymore. In leadership, if your followers have outgrown you, if you are no longer relevant to them, if you are not providing them with growth and providing them with what they need, you will not succeed. And secondly, bridges fail when they are not maintained. You cannot be the same leader today that you are in 6 months or 6 years. Leadership is a skill that must be practiced, and it is a skill that must be developed. Bridges need repairs. Bridges need updates. Occasionally they need new pavement and they need repainted. They have to be maintained, as do our leadership skills. Thank you so much. It has been great to get to know some of you in the discussion board and just to see your thoughts about leadership. I think that all of us have found growth these last 7 weeks. I'm excited to watch some of your videos and excited to round out this class and continue my bridge example in the paper next week.